Hey you guys, this is Bobo the Vulture, and this is more Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. Last time, we had a feud taken away from us. We had our main event feud taken away from us. What's that about? Am I right, guys? So, I was all despondent about that, so I went and raided some other feds for some of their talent. Put them under written contracts so that they wouldn't fly away. Anyhow, let's actually let me go back. Let me go to a meeting. Doc Dean and Black Dragon need to get pushed more. Well, yeah. So yes, I introduced Seth Knight, Cade Sedal, and Matt Classic. And of course, none of them have actually had any debuts yet themselves. Do any of them have gimmicks yet? No, he does not have a gimmick yet. Matt Classic. No, he does not. And Seth Knight. His gimmick is that he is a cheater. He lies, cheats, and steals. Well, let's see. So, and these guys all have 3-year contracts, if I'm remembering correctly. Yes. All right. So let's go ahead and get these guys going. But first, let's check our event history. Let's see. Todd, Sexton, and Scotty Mac was the last. Gerald Clark, Jamie Dundee, Black Dragon, Doc Dean. Have Dysfunction and no. Oh, Dysfunction and Trent Baker have wrestled. So all of these feuds have had some manner of head-to-head conflict. So that's good. So Black Dragon versus Doc Dean is our main doodad. Let's go ahead and have a one-on-one match. Single styles between Doc Dean and let's say Todd Sexton. The winner of this match will be Todd Sexton because, of course, Black Dragon is going to come in and ruin things. Come on, Black Dragon, what are you doing? Black Dragon will continue his assault because he's just a terrible man. And that will continue the feud between those two superstars. Let's see, speaking of feuds, Dysfunction versus Trent Baker is the one of these 3 that needs the most build-up. Gritty build-up. Sorry, is the one that's the farthest down the card. So let's take a quick look at Trent Baker's stats. He's a pretty solid all-rounder. He's weak on the technical side. Let's see which of our newest stars might match up with him the best. Honestly, all of them are too good. Let's go ahead and have it's not the best possible match, but let's put Kate Siddall in there with Trent Baker. Kate Siddall not very over yet, but Trent Baker versus Kate Siddall. There is no title on the line. This is going to be a win for Trent Baker. No, not a draw. Although interesting that Trent Baker did not object to that. I think when they're low enough down on the totem pole, they realize it, and they don't complain too much when stuff like that happens to them. Run in attack on Trent Baker. That'll keep the feud going. Who is... Let's see. Okay. Has a morale of 65. It's interesting that these guys have sort of middling morale when they first start out in here, isn't it? Onyx is less than happy. Should really do something about Onyx. Black Dragon not very happy either, but not as down in the dumps as good old Onyx. His spirits are as black as his very onyxy soul. I guess it's because he doesn't have a feud going on right now. Let's have Onyx face Black Dragon. We know they put on a good match, right? And this is going to be a win for Onyx, because slam. Da, da, da. Doctine will come in for a little bit of interference. Hmm. Black Dragon probably has to run away after this one. Maybe using a smoke bomb or something. Although he's not actually a ninja. His name is just Black Dragon, which is kind of cool. So we now have something involving all of those feuds going on. What if we went ahead and... How are you feeling, Lazarus? Lazarus, you are super happy with your life. So good for you. Glad that you're taking everything that happens in your life in stride. Just going with stuff, you know? Let's see here. Robbie Moxie is actually, he's not in too bad of a shape in terms of being all happy about his life and times. The life and times of him. Who else should we throw out there today? Majik hasn't had a match in a few weeks. Majik's fans are probably wondering whatever happened to him. How about Majik and Sebastian Night? Or is that specifically something I shouldn't do? Nope. Nothing like that on here. And we'll go ahead and give this one to Sebastian Night. Sounds reasonable to me. Singles. Wrestlers can't fight themselves, and nor would I want them to. Merely misplacing my Sebastian Knight. There we go. There's no title on the line. Don't be foolish. I'm going to give this one to Sebastian Knight. A clean win. This is just, I suppose you could call it a filler match. Really, it is a, it's just two guys out there wrestling, keeping themselves out in the public eye without giving someone else a try. Because if you would, you better watch your step, because you're going to get hurt yourself. Alright, so. Let's see here. We need some Black Dragon and Doc Dean, John. Interview single worker with manager. Miss Vanessa with Doc Dean. They are targeting Black Dragon. Nope, not to hype the upcoming match, but to continue the feud. There we go. Time to play the feud, everybody. And then here, we can have an interview, single worker with manager, and it will be Phil Woods for Black Dragon. Targeting Doc Dean to further their feud. And I tell you what, we're going to pretend that whatever it is that they say in this little open mic session is so insulting, so incredibly offensive towards Onyx and everything that towards Doc Dean and everything that he stands for. Doc Dean is enraged and just has to run in the middle of this match, and that's exactly why that match is happening where it's happening. I feel like that's a fair thing to sort of figure, right? Yeah. All right, then we're going to need Dysfunction and Trent to talk about each other. So let's start here with an interview. This is again going to be a fairly efficient run through here. Because, of course, February is a short month, and I'm just interested to see whether or not if by pushing all of these feuds to their absolute fastest advancement pace possible without basically getting people sick of all of the individual players involved per show, because you can only have guys show up about 3 times per show before fans just start to get bored. Done seeing that guy for today. You can put him away. And that's what we're looking at here. And then this will be Todd, Sexton, and Scotty Mac. So first will be Scotty Mac. Targeting Todd Sexton. Targeting Renegade. Continuing that feud. Nice, right? I'm going to start this show. The single worker with manager segment. Phil Woods talking for Todd Sexton. And selecting Scotty Mac. The interview purpose will again be to continue their feud. And we have all our segments booked except for, let's get Enigma out there. Authority this time is going to announce a 2 versus 2 for the next big event. It will be, you know the guys, Roderick Strong and Cedric Strong versus Memphis and Michael Reigns. There they are, Fast and Furious, and, oh, I guess it doesn't use their names there, but the Strong brothers. They're the great and beautiful Strong pair. So let's go ahead and start this show and see how it looks. That's not a bad segment to start with there, 71%. Our opening match I have high hopes for, 69%. Okay, so I had high hopes. They weren't entirely met. The fans don't really care because they don't know who Cade Siddall is, and Trent Baker is, you know, whatever. And the Dysfunction versus Trent Baker feud doesn't really seem to be a barn burner. Now let's see. Miss Vanessa is backstage with Scotty Mac, 82%. That's a nice segment. Dysfunction gained overness from their interview there. Majik versus Sebastian Night. Now again, this didn't have any plot permutations, but I guess both of these guys are quasi-over enough. The crowd was at least half into it. Miss Vanessa is getting segments in the 90s now, depending on the worker that she's got with her. And I guess, you know, some random dice rolls. Black Dragon versus Onyx. Again, putting on barn burners as they do. Miss Vanessa and Doc Dean both gained overness from this segment, another 91%er. She's pretty much knocking it out of the park with these. Enigma's gaining overness gradually as he goes along too. He has, I believe, even greater potential for those sorts of segments than Miss Vanessa does, due to his charisma score, which is even a titch over hers, and they both have very high ones. And for our main event, everything is in the 70s, so it's that 70s match. 73%, not our highest rated show of all time, but still a darn good show. Hayden Nathans. The fans are resenting Majik. Black Dragon wants to move up. 4.7 rating, that's about as good as that television network's going to get. Jorge Estrada. El Majito has decided to work for ROH rather than SNWR. Well, I guess it's a good thing I didn't try and get El Majito onto a written contract, let's start it all over. It's a good thing I didn't try and get El Majito on a verbal contract because he just would have hopped over to ROH anyways. So let's look at the roster. Black Dragon is starting to feel less than happy. Onyx starting to feel less than happy. He's happy again. There we go. Once he starts getting down into the 50s, I'll promote him up the roster a touch. Majik's morale is at 80. If I move him down... Okay, he's less happy, but you know what? If the fans are resenting you, I would rather do this now. Okay, now he's an unhappy worker. Now that I've dropped him down to the mid-card. Well, I guess that was going to happen. Well, nobody's unhappy at the moment, apparently. Glad I'm getting pushed up the card, thanks. I'm not happy about being demoted. Well, I get that. It's fair. It's alright to not be happy about it. Sadal, did you gain overness from that? You sure did. Oh, and your gimmick is that you're a dude. I totally missed that. I thought it said none. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Clicking the next button ahead. Appropriate number of times for something hopefully good to happen. Unless some special incident report pops up in front of me, and that should get us ready for the next show. And maybe it'll be a big show. Maybe it'll be the big show. Let's go to first here, see what we got going on. A lot of television shows, mostly. Now, these feuds have all been built up a lot. Yes? Keep developing the feud, it's getting interesting. How about giving one worker a few victories by cheating? Right? Keep developing it. It's getting interesting. And 11 versus 6. That is definitely plenty of time for them. And this will be the last pay-per-view of the month, so this is going to be the end of it. Next time I will do the last show before the big, and by big I mean medium-sized, event at the end of the month. So wait for that, folks. Till then, well, let's take a look at our television ratings here. We got a 4.7 last time, which is almost as good as is possible. The network are very happy with us. VCW TV, doing well. Do we have any rivals? Okay. I feel like we're doing okay with that. Anyhow, this is Bo the Vulture. This has been Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. I want to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see all of you next time. Bye now.